Okay, so when you think of Indonesia, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Bali, right? Well, today we're going on a journey beyond that one famous island. To find places so unbelievably stunning, Bali's best views might just start to feel a little ordinary. And look, let's get one thing straight right from the top. Bali is magnificent. I'm not going to pretend it's not. I mean, the temples are out of this world, those rice terraces are genuinely spectacular, and watching the sunset at Tonalot, yeah, that's a core memory right there. It's an incredible place, and there's a very good reason the entire world fell in love with it. But there's a flip side, isn't there? The dream of Bali bumps up against the reality of, well, 6 million other people having the same dream every year. That dream can start to look a lot like sitting in bumper-to-bumper traffic or waiting in a line hundreds of people long just to get that perfect photo for the gram. And while all that's happening, just let this number sink in for a second. 17,000. That's how many islands Indonesia has. The whole world has basically put just one of them under a microscope. So what about the others? Well, today we're going to look at a few of them. So, to make sense of this massive archipelago, we've kind of broken this down by what kind of traveler you are. And first up, this one's for those of you who feel more at home with a regulator in your mouth, exploring the planet's absolute richest underwater worlds. For you divers, we've got 3 absolute heavy hitters. You've got Raja Ampat, which people call the last Eden on Earth, but yeah, it's pretty remote. Then there's Wakatobi, a true diver's paradise, but you'll need to hop on a few flights or ferries. And the Banda Islands, where you get this crazy mix of history and untouched reefs, but getting there is a real journey. But let's just focus on the crown jewel for a second, Raja Ampat. This quote, it says everything. It's not just a diving spot, it's a time machine. If you've ever wondered what the ocean looked like before we showed up, well, this is it. It's a glimpse into a world teeming with life on a scale that's hard to even imagine. And the numbers? They're just mind-blowing. Highest marine biodiversity on Earth, period. We're talking 75%, 3/4 of all the coral species we even know about. More species of fish in this one area than in the entire Caribbean Sea. And that's just what's underwater. Above the surface, you've got this surreal maze of over 1,500 jungle-covered islands popping out of the turquoise water. It's just wow. All right, but what if you're more about what's above the water? Let's switch gears to our next traveler type, the landscape chaser. This is for all of you who are looking for views that go way beyond the typical lush tropical green. And this category is absolutely packed. You've got Komodo, where it feels like you've literally walked onto the set of Jurassic Park. There's Flores, this incredible blend of towering volcanoes and ancient cultures. Lombok, which is pretty much what people say it is. Bali, but maybe 30 years ago. And then Belitung, which has these beaches that look like they belong on another planet. Now, this slide here tells such a cool story. On the left, that's the Bali we all know and love. Tropical, emerald green, jungle everywhere. But on the right, that's Komodo. It is a totally different universe. It's this dry, rugged savanna with golden grass and these ancient volcanic hills. It seriously feels like a landscape from another time. And the highlights in this category, they are truly world-class. Komodo has one of only 7 pink sand beaches on the entire planet. Over on Flores, you can see the Kalimatu volcano, where 3 crater lakes sit right next to each other, each a different vivid color, and those colors actually change. On Lombok, you can do the epic hike up Mount Rinjani to see this unbelievable crater lake at the summit. And Belitung, it's famous for these giant granite boulders that look like they were scattered by giants across perfect white sand beaches. Okay, on to our final category. This one is for those of you who travel not just for the sights, but for a journey through time. Let's meet the cultural adventurer, someone who's after something a little deeper. In this group, we find places like Sumba, known as the island that time forgot. Then you have Ternate and Tidor, which were once literally the center of the global spice trade, but today, hardly anyone visits. And the Togayan Islands, for anyone who wants to just get genuinely, truly away from it all. But we have to zoom in on Sumba, because this is the insider's tip. It's the island that people who really know Indonesia always bring up. Its beauty isn't that easy, postcard perfect kind of pretty. It's more haunting, more raw. It's the kind of beauty that comes from a culture so ancient and so intact that it feels like the modern world just passed it by. And the culture here is just, it's alive. The Pasola Festival,
That's a real ritual battle on horseback, where bloodshed is part of the ceremony. People in villages still build and use these enormous megalithic stone tombs for their ancestors, and the ancient Marapu religion is still a powerful living faith. This isn't a show put on for tourists. This is just life on Sumba.
And for our last stop, the history here is absolutely staggering. For centuries, these two tiny little volcanic islands, Ternate and Tidore, were the only place on Earth you could get clothes. They were the reason Magellan set sail. They were the whole point of the Dutch East India Company. They literally shaped the modern world. And today, almost no one goes there. It's incredible. So, from underwater Edens to Jurassic landscapes and islands that were once the center of the world, the options are just about endless, right? Which, of course, brings us to the most important question. So, who are you in all this? Are you the diver, dreaming of the reefs of Raja Ampat? Are you the hiker, ready to conquer the volcanoes of Flores and Lombok? Maybe you're the historian, fascinated by the ghosts of the Spice Islands. Or are you just the explorer, looking for a blank space on the map? We'll just leave you with this final thought to chew on. Most of the world has discovered one of Indonesia's islands. The other 16,999, well, they're out there, just waiting for you.